What's up, family? Welcome back to another episode of the Sit Down Talk. My name is Kier.
And I'm Noemie.
And we thank you for being with us today. Clap it up for you for being here. We try not to clap into the mics. We don't know what to do with our hands for real. If this is your first time here, welcome. We're so glad that you joined us. We know you're going to come back because this vlog is like that. No brag.
Super confident about that.
Yeah, just a little bit. If you are a group of people that I refer to as repeat offenders, the folks that just keep coming back for this punishment time and time and time
it's
again.
It's not punishment.
A little bit. We welcome you back. Welcome you back.
You gonna scare the
It's
newcomers.
been so long that I don't even remember how I introed a vlog no more.
Yeah. We doing the most.
We are.
Doing the most.
But y'all will see why soon enough.
So soon.
I know. Let's chill. Yeah, we gonna chill.
I hate when people do that too. Like, big things coming soon. Stay tuned.
Oh, shut up.
But it's for us.
No, we're not joking. Like, real talk. We haven't posted in quite some time, and that's just because life is busy. Like, it's just been crazy. It's been hard to fit these sit down talks in. Right now, it is 20 minutes until midnight.
Yo.
And today's been nuts.
On a Friday.
But you know what? You know why I love to sit down talk?
Why?
Because our lives are so crazy that this is one of the few times that we get to sit and talk to each other uninterrupted.
Yep. This is as much for us as it is for you guys.
So I'm glad that y'all can join us. Sincerely, thank you. And welcome if you're new. You don't even know what you just signed up for.
Yo.
So we're actually going to jump straight into it. If that's okay with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, bet. So today's sit down talk is actually around a test that we took at your cousin's house. A few weeks ago, we went up to Newark, New Jersey. Her cousin had first communion. I think that's my second Haitian first communion.
It's like a wedding.
Haitians, man.
It's actually bigger than a wedding.
It's bigger than
more
that.
important. Your first communion is more important than your wedding in the Haitian community. Because it's the kids too.
It's supposed to be for the kids.
It's not. It's a turn up for the adults. It's like for the kids for like the first 2 hours, and once like the sun starts to set and the liquor come out and the Haitian music and people, dancing. Where were the kids? They were gone.
Nobody cared. It was about the adults having a good time, but it was amazing food. It was great. But we went up to New Jersey and her cousin was talking about how he was at work and they gave them this personality test of sorts. My bad. Come on, man.
Do better, fam. Let me put my shit on silent.
You know how it go.
Ain't nobody checking for me.
Please.
Anybody that wants me is here.
One of those group chats that you ain't gonna be dinging talking about something.
That's true. That's true.
There's a sale on Pinot Noir.
Touche.
It's
rosé season, first of all.
Excuse me, I got my wines mixed up. So her cousin was talking about this personality test that asks you these questions and they assign you a color. It's called a True Colors test. And True Colors International. We'll put the link down below so that you can take the test yourself. But basically, it separates personalities into 4 colors: gold, orange, green, and blue. And her cousin's like one of my favorite people on earth. He's a no nonsense guy, and he was really into this. I'm like, man, let me take this test real quick. The 4 primary color categories stand for primary personalities. So orange is energetic, spontaneous, and charming. Gold is punctual, organized, and precise. Green is analytical, intuitive, and visionary. And blue is empathetic, compassionate, and cooperative.
Interesting.
Yeah. So based off of those, what color do you think that you are?
I need to see it. Hold on.
What color do you think that you fall under, and what color category do you think that I fall under?
So for you, I see orange. For sure.
Energetic, spontaneous, and charming.
I mean, look. Show the people. Look, they can't see you. There you go.
See me batting my eyelashes?
Your beautiful long eyelashes that I'm going to pluck out of your face and put on mine.
Jealousy's ugly.
Yeah. And I say like orange and blue.
Those
Empathetic, compassionate, cooperative. You're so compassionate.
Yeah.
And for me, the opposite, gold and green. Definitely gold, punctual, organized, precise. I don't know if that's me or I don't know if that's the lawyer me, but
are they two different people?
I've discovered that they are. I've discovered that they are. I've changed a lot. I think like I had to be this in law school, but I don't know that I like to be this person in general, you know? So I'm still adjusting. So who knows what it'll say, but I say green, of course, because of the analytical thing and the intuitive. I tend to be really intuitive.
And it also says visionary,
and
which
visionary,
I would definitely describe you as a visionary. People don't know,
yeah.
but Noemie is a large reason behind a lot of the success we've had with the brand.
My flowers, but
like this, some of the ideas she's had, some of the initiatives that she started, some of her brainchildren have really developed and blossomed into like tangible assets for our business. So you're definitely a visionary, boo. I would agree with everything you said, and I encourage you, just based off of what you heard so far, what do you think your primary color is, and what do you think your secondary color is? We about to take this test live right here, right now. We don't really know what's going to happen. We didn't finish the test when we were in New Jersey.
It's pretty extensive.
It got a little too long, so I was like, I'm done with it. I'm ready to take this test. I want to see what it says about me. I want to see what my primary and secondary colors are.
And you sent the link?
This joint free?
Oh, Kier Gaines. Is this even the...
I wanna pay for it. Oh, $50. What? Wait a minute.
This isn't the one that we took.
We took the free joint. I'm gonna do this joint. Hold on. I gotta put my credit card.
Wait, so we're gonna spend $100 on it?
No.
I'm gonna give you a second to figure out what you're doing.
Hold on. It's a free joint in here somewhere. I'll find it. All right, let's do it. So the question for me is, which of these things do you value most about employment? A challenge, stimulation, status, or security? For me, it's security, man.
Enjoy? Oh, value.
Do you value more? Yeah, I need to know. I mean, this don't speak to my life right now at all, but I need to know, like, another check is coming. I never been one of those people like, oh, you need to be an entrepreneur, 9 to 5 is for slaves. Like, nah, there's something to be said for knowing that even if you sick and you can't make it to work, you still gonna be able to pay your bills. So security is number one for me.
So my question says that there is an important deadline coming up and it looks like your team might not make it. What will you do? Just keep going. You can only do your best. No, I already know that's not me. Ask whether the deadline was never realistic and if it should be altered. Maybe. Drive the team onwards to work harder and harder. No. See if there are any corners that can be cut. Yep.
Big facts. That's you all the way.
I'm all about working smarter and not harder. You got the same question?
I got the same question. Yeah. See if there are any corners that can be cut. No, actually, there's an important deadline. Man, just keep going. You can only do your best.
That's what you would do in real life, but you would want to see if you can cut corners.
Of course, I want to see how I can slice it, but like, look, hey, this is what we got. We gonna do that duty that is best. Yeah. Leave unto the Lord the rest.
I love that we're taking this test together too, because we're checking each other on like what we would actually do.
Yeah, and that's good because
I be lying to myself in these tests all the time, and not even on purpose.
We be lying. Like, man, let me make myself look a little bit better than I am. It's so easy, but like having somebody who lives with you and sees you every day and knows you inside and out, they'll call your bluff real fast. We got the same questions now?
Nope.
Damn it.
If a colleague is upset, how would you deal with it? Offer them a shoulder to cry on. Tell them to pull themselves together. Offer to try and find a solution, or think of something to take their mind off of it. We both know what it is.
It's the solution.
Yeah. I'm solution oriented to a fault. I don't like issues, man.
I think being solution oriented is dope. I think the only caveat, or one of the biggest caveats to that, is if it's solution oriented thinking is great when you're trying to solve a problem that's like external, but when feelings are involved, if you try to get to the bottom of a solution so quick, sometimes it feels like the feelings aren't always considered, and it's more about getting the process done than sitting and realizing the way people feeling and acting on that.
Good insight.
Mine says, if you overheard a colleague talking about you, what? Which of these statements would upset you the most? They are not a team player. They are so conventional. Their ideas aren't very creative. they are not fit to lead. Which one do you feel like would upset me the most?
The ideas aren't very creative. Because you pride yourself on being a creative person.
I'm struggling. I think it's between that and not fit to lead.
But I don't know that you strive to lead. I've never seen you as somebody who striven.
No, that is not the word.
I know. I've never seen you as that kind of person that's like, I want to take ownership over this, or I want to lead this project.
I agree, but I'm always picked the lead every single time.
But but you hate the fact that you have to do it. So would it offend you if somebody said you weren't fit to lead?
I think it would offend me more than someone saying I'm not creative, because if you say I'm not creative, like, that's just your personal opinion about my effort. I feel like you saying I'm not fit to lead is your personal opinion about my capability.
Can I offer another question?
Yeah.
Are you referring to your job at when you're looking at this type of situation, or your current job? That's what I'm saying. Damn, I think you're putting yourself in,
Thanks
and I just
for
feel like
everybody where I work, Noemie.
You talk about before, didn't you?
I never said my name. It's all right. I'll just bleep it out.
Right.
People gonna be on the Google like, he worked for who now? I'm gonna say creative, not very creative in this current space. That'll probably piss me off.
Yeah.
The most.
Yeah.
But I'm solution oriented to that degree, because if you told me I'm not creative, my question is gonna be like, well, more specifically, how
exactly,
not? Like,
exactly.
How can we fix it? Otherwise, it's just a judgment.
Yeah. And if I felt like someone said, maybe Kier shouldn't lead this, I feel like you'd be like, good.
Thank God, bro. Get off me. You do it.
Which of these activities might suit you best? Running a relay race, free running, running with friends, or running alone? First of all, I wouldn't be running anyway. So let's say
I've known you for like 6 years. I think I've seen you run twice.
Let's change running to cooking. Okay. Like cooking competition, cooking whatever you want, cooking with friends, or cooking by yourself.
Oh, cooking by yourself, I think, would be yours.
Yeah, but also free running. Like not having any bounds, just being able to do whatever I want cooking. We know what we mean, but I'm just going to read it the way it says. Free running or running alone. Yeah, I'd say running alone. People get in the way of things, and I actually do like structure. So free anything wouldn't really be helpful.
Hey, this test really brings out the you and you. If you're honest about it.
I'm going to say running alone.
We love these tests because it's just the mic slapped me in the chin. We love these tests.
Look how high the volume is. Because you'll be like, guys,
well, we could have headphones, but we didn't want to mess up Noemie's perfect spiral
You
curls.
don't even have to do all of that, first of all. And they're not spiral curls. They're like bed curls.
Bed curls?
You know what? Let's move on to
That's
the
what
next
they call
question.
for
It's your turn. Go ahead. Like bed hair. That was the whole point.
Oh. That ain't what people hair look like when they wake up out of bed. If somebody at work has made you angry, how do you react? A, have a reasonable discussion with them to resolve the problem. B, keep it to yourself and let let off steam outside. C, attack them at every opportunity. That sounds like a lot of people I work with in the past. Or D, try and analyze what has made you angry and the reason why. Man, come on. You know what it is. I'm definitely going to try to figure out what makes me angry and what. Wait a minute. Someone has made me angry. How do I react? It depends on what they did.
I say attack them at every opportunity. That's your initial reaction. That is.
I tried to lie.
I feel like you wanted to say the last one.
I tried. That is my ideal self. No, I said on the vlog before, man. Like yeah.
We're always striving to be better. Damn, that was hard to answer that question, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, because I could just think somebody cut me off today in traffic, and I just stopped the car and I looked at him like, bro, what's wrong with you, dog? You did all of that for us to be at the same light?
Yeah, that's the worst.
What for? Why, bro? For why? I wanted to slap him.
I know. I'm happy you didn't though.
I be wanting to slap people.
But I'm sure if you could see him, you would attack like his everything about him.
Yeah,
like,
I would have made him.
That's why you blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I would have made him feel real bad about himself.
Which of these things do you value most about employment? Status, stimulation, challenge, and security. Don't really care much about security. For me, it's somewhere between. The old me would have said status. I don't really care about status either. I feel like higher status, the more work.
The higher the climb, the longer
But
the
I do
fall.
think it is challenge only because like when I actually accomplish like a task at work that was like challenging, I'm so proud of myself. And I need to tell everybody that I did it.
Look what I did, guys. All right, how do you think other people might describe you? A good creative worker, an honest hard worker, a good innovator, a good leader. I think a good creative worker.
That's just
that's
you.
obvious.
Mine says, if you overheard a colleague talking about you, which of these statements would upset you most? Same question that you had. It will definitely be like not fit to lead. I aspire to be a leader. Like team player, like honestly, that would not offend me because that's not me. Like even if somebody said that about me, I'm like, okay, like you've never worked with me before, because I'm like, I know that I'm a team player.
First.
I'm more conventional than I am unconventional, so that doesn't really bother me. And then my ideas aren't creative. Like I'll be the first one to tell you I'm not naturally the most creative person in the world, but I am. I've always wanted to be a leader, and I've always aspired to be a leader. So that would upset me the most.
I don't.
Do you agree?
I agree with you. We're just so different. I don't aspire to lead nothing, and people just keep choosing me. Like, dog, leave me. I'm in the back of the class for a reason.
It's your presence.
Leave me alone.
It's your presence.
It's a stupid personality, man. I drag it around with me, and people see I'm like, oh, you lead. I'm like, I don't want to. Which of the? I sound like Jon Snow. Which of these would you be most satisfied with at the end of a project you were leading? I contributed well, that I got the job done, that I surpassed expectations, that everyone did as I said. I got the job done, man. Like,
that's the hardest part.
Like, it don't matter. As long as you get there, don't nobody care which car you drove up in. It don't matter how.
Doesn't matter how you get there. Get there
when you can.
When you can.
There you go. Nah, that's real life, man. Sometimes the obstacles are just ridiculous, and you don't have it in you to finish the line with a song in your heart and a dance on your feet, man. You do what you can.
All right, mine says, on a plane, do you think you would be best as...
Who comes up with these questions, girl?
Navigator, co-pilot, chief pilot, or flight engineer? Definitely don't want to be the flight engineer. That sounds like...
What happened to the wing? I'm like, look...
See, I'm in between navigator and co-pilot. Definitely not chief pilot either. Like, while I like to lead, that is a lot of responsibility. And let me tell you why. Like, look at the creative side. Look at the business side. I don't like doing stuff by myself. See?
I just can't see. I can see the plane taking off and Noemie like, it's a little bit too left. Move. I got this.
But that's why I say co-pilot. Like, I wouldn't say to somebody, and I've never even done this in a work situation where it's just like, you know what, you leave, I got this. Like, but if you're going to be my co-pilot, we both got to be in this for real. And I'm going to curse you out if you're not doing your part. You got to do your part, but I don't want to be the chief pilot.
What makes you not want to be the chief pilot? You just
too much responsibility.
When it all falls on you.
Yeah.
Hey,
too much responsibility.
I don't find no issue with that. Like, I don't understand politicians sometimes. They want that responsibility. Like, hey, if everything goes down, it's on me. Like, why?
Like, I've never wanted to be the president, you know what I mean? Like the key person, but I've always wanted to be in the room. Like, I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to be the person who assisted in making those decisions. If I had to be the president, that's cool, but I'm not like a power hungry person. But I need to be in the room.
I remember you told me one time that your like ideal dream is to be the executive assistant to somebody who's really busy.
Yep.
And I thought that was so dope. A lot of people are like, no, girl, you want to take charge, you want to take lead. I think it's really strong to say no. Like, that supportive role is very pivotal and very important. I want to facilitate those things. Because
that's the person that actually gets that jobs done. Like, think about us working in education. You got the principal and the assistant principal.
God bless them.
The AP... The AP is doing a lot of the work.
APs do a majority of the leg work in the schools, and the principals usually make the larger decisions to move the school culture forward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like, even the whole Beyonce Tina situation, everybody want to be Beyonce. I want to be Tina. And like that's she's in the room, she's making the decisions. Nothing happens without her say so, but it also, she not the star of the show.
Man, I don't want to segue too hard, but I hear so many people who say like, oh, I'm a self-made millionaire. And the more I think about it, there is no such thing. No one gets to a level of success by virtue of their own like skills and willpower. The only thing you can do is have the skill set to monetize something or position yourself to take advantage of a situation when opportunity comes. You can't catapult yourself to success and then sustain yourself. If you're a recording artist, what, you bought 1 million copies of your own record? Like, there is no self-made millionaire. That does not exist. You stand on the shoulders of the people who have taken you to where you gone.
So do you agree with co-pilot, or you still say chef pilot? Chef pilot. See, I'm thinking about food.
All right, so in a conversation, what are you aiming for? Agreement, a consensus, a solution, or inspiration? In a conversation, am I giving or am I receiving? It's non-specific.
I think it's I think it's just a converse. Like, it could be either one. Just some interaction with someone. Let's put a disagreement. Maybe that'll make it clearer. Like, are you looking for somebody to agree with you? Are you looking for something in the middle? Are you looking to solve the problem, or are you looking for inspiration?
I'm going to say inspiration.
I think so too.
I'm going to say inspiration.
I think so. If a new system is implemented in your office, which of these is most likely to be your reaction? Resistance, adaptation, reluctant acceptance, and enthusiastic acceptance. Definitely not resistance. I know people that it's like anything new is like, no, why do we have to do it?
Contrarian for no reason.
I'm pretty good at, I think, adaptation. Like, I don't mind new and different things. Like, I'm just like, my assumption is if it's new, it's probably there to solve a problem. And what's the point of complaining about it if I haven't tried it out yet? But I might complain about it if I don't like it. But I would try it first.
So you asked to provide an assessment for a colleague. How would you approach it? Don't discuss it. Just fill it out honestly. Discuss it with them. See what they want said about themselves. Give it to them and ask them to fill it out honestly. Discuss it with them and tell them what you're going to say. It depends on how petty management is and if they out to get that person.
Have you ever done this?
Nah, I don't assess colleagues. You assess subordinates. I've never done that for my peers. I've only done that for myself and like bottom up feedback for a supervisor. I've never like a colleague giving them an assessment. That's weird.
So even if it were like, you know, a higher up, would you talk to them about it first?
Nah, higher up. Like, nah, I'm gonna just write that thing down and be honest. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 because the decisions you make affect everybody. And that was one of my issues at my last job. There was no way to give our superiors feedback. And I'm like, how do you know whether or not your supervisors are doing a good job?
You've never done an assessment on your...
Just my immediate supervisor. But the higher, like the people that really make the decisions on the team, we don't have any evaluative measure for them.
Do you work with them? Like,
yeah,
if you
directly.
Wow.
And we take orders from them. And sometimes they was messing everything up.
Yeah.
And
my
it's like,
job's completely different. We give it's what is it, up and down feedback, and it's
bottom up
peers.
and top down. Oh,
but and our peers as well. Like, it's just really, really big on feedback.
That's a good mechanism. That's how you make sure that your culture is working.
So what would you do then?
I
wouldn't do none of them.
Yeah.
We're not talking about it.
If it's somebody I'm close with, I'll discuss it with them and tell them what I'm going to say. If we're not cool, or if this person's really messing up and we need to give like a decent evaluation, I won't discuss it. I'll just fill it out honestly.
I would discuss it and fill it out honestly, unless you were my friend. But I'm not, friends with all of
There's friends and there's work friends.
Yeah, and that there's a difference. Like, if it were you, I'd be like, yo,
like, come on, cuz, let's talk a little bit. Yeah.
What you want me to say? What happened?
Hey, I had a coworker one time. She told me, we not friends for real. We work friends. And I'll never forget that. And I never invited her to nothing personal. I was like, yeah, you're right. We are just work friends.
I mean, I definitely have work friends that have... perfect segue to this question, because we also have the same question. It's basically, what is your attitude to workplace friendships? And they have no bearing on success or failure. They are essential. They should grow organically, or they're a good thing if they happen. My answer is that they're a good thing if they happen, but I don't like go into the workplace like, ooh, let me see if I'm gonna get a friend. But if they happen, I will totally nurture that. Like some of my colleagues, the people that I work with, have come to my house, have come to my baby shower.
Definitely.
You know,
you got like 4 of your colleagues.
Yeah,
How many of my coworkers will have the baby shower?
None.
Exactly.
So what would your answer be?
You know, I feel like they should grow organically, but they have no bearing on success or failure at all.
Okay. Yeah, you do feel that way.
I don't even really keep in contact with people after I leave a job.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. If you were climbing a mountain and a member of your team couldn't go on, what would you do? Carry on with the rest of the team. You'll get them on the way back. Leave them with the team and carry on your own. Split the team up, some to go down, some to carry on. Turn the whole team around and go back down. I would split. Because I'm still solution oriented and I want to do it, but I'm still like empathetic. And I want to make sure that whoever couldn't go on was okay going back.
Yeah, I think
I would split.
I think I would split too, just because like if people can't go all the way up the mountain and somebody has to go down, I'd rather they go down as a group.
Exactly.
And keep each other company and protect each other. That's the first thing I think we had the same answer to. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I think I'm gonna do that from now on. If you ask a question, I'm gonna just answer it too.
I'm gonna need your help with this question.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know what any of these are.
Go ahead, read it to me. What it say?
No, I read 2 in a row. Let's do one for you.
If you need ideas from your team for a new project, how would you garner them? Holding an informal meal to brainstorm? Am I bringing the food? That sounds expensive.
Nah, company will pay for that. Company card.
What company? Maybe your companies have cards. I've never worked for one that had petty cash, just pettiness. Circulating an email asking for suggestions, demanding a paper from each member. Yo, who are these people? Or putting out your own suggestions and asking for comments. Probably putting out my own suggestions and asking for comments.
I would do the same exact thing.
Come on, man.
I do that now. Yeah. Because I feel like when you ask people, don't ask me for suggestions. It's your project.
Yeah, bruh.
Tell me what you're doing. I'm like, you know what? That's a great idea. Or like, it's a lot easier for me to offer feedback when I have something to go off of. Mm-hmm. But like, if you ask me for suggestions, I feel like you asking me to do your work for you, and that pisses me off.
In the workplace, if it's a team effort, that's one thing. People did that to me in grad school, like, bruh.
He still talks about that to this day. Whoever you are, you pissed him off, and he's not over it.
Don't ever in your life. Don't ever in your life. All right. Let's move on.
I'm going to need help with this one.
What is it?
On a football team, which of these positions would suit you best? Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. I don't know what any of these people do.
I got
you. The quarterback is like the star, right?
He is.
Okay.
The quarterback throws the ball.
Oh no, I don't want to do that.
Okay. The running back.
Wait, before you start, if the game is like messed up, who do they blame? The quarterback?
Always the quarterback.
That's not me. I don't want to. Nope.
If you play well, you're the savior. If you play poorly, you're the heel, and everyone will. You'll be the little whipping boy. That's the chief pilot question.
It is. Nah, I'm all the way.
It's
good.
the same question phrased in a different way. Try thinking less ability and more what the position represents. So the quarterback is the person. He's the leader, the spiritual leader of the team. Usually one of the smartest guys on the field. Okay. The running back is like they don't have long lives in football because they take a brunt of the punishment. What you mean long lives? They don't. Like they die?
What do you mean?
They don't die. They don't have long careers.
Oh,
pretty much. You're
they get beat up real bad.
Yeah, you're my size and you're running up against dudes that are like 320 pounds trying to kill you.
So what do they do? They protect the quarterback? Like what do they do?
Sometimes, yeah, they'll stand to protect the quarterback.
What's their job?
It's one of their jobs. Their job is to take the ball and run it and move forward. Just push the game forward.
Okay. It's
a very strong, pivotal position. It's a lot of dirty work. It's a dirty position, man.
That sounds like my job. Okay. Wide receiver. What do they do?
Wide receivers, they play for a really long time because they don't get a lot of contact. What they do is they run and they catch the ball. They run very smart routes to shake off defenders, and they catch the ball and they run to the end zone.
Okay, and then the
have
tight
to be
end.
very skilled. A tight end is a position where you're kind of like a wide receiver in the sense that you catch the football, but you're also more of like, remember those big guys, the offensive linemen that block for the quarterback? You know, the quarterback's always behind like 4 or 5 guys. The tight end is along with those guys. Sometimes he blocks, sometimes he catches, sometimes he does both.
I think I'm a running back.
Yeah, you're a running back.
Okay.
You're either a running back or you're a tight end.
Yeah, but I think I'm more of a running back because I'm even thinking about like my job now. Like I get the brunt of all this because I can get it done, but I'm not the quarterback.
When you're the star running back, though, it's sweet because you could take a 2-yard game and
yeah, I don't want to be the star. I've never wanted to be the star.
But you want to be good, though.
But that's why I think the running back.
You want to be bum ass.
But that's why I say the running back.
Yeah,
and
I
feel
agree.
like
You're definitely a running back.
Okay, I'm glad we agree because that question, listen.
Just an explanation was
I would have just picked
long.
something and been like,
bloop, bloop, bloop.
Hope it makes sense.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Which one of these things will make you happiest? A quiet, contented life? Contented. Oh, I've never heard that word. It's like you're just content? Contented. Huh. All these degrees for nothing. A life in which others look up to me. A happy, exciting life. A life in which I plowed my own furrow.
The language,
I don't even know what. Ain't that when? Ain't that when you get let go from your job and they don't pay you no more?
I think that's furlough. Yo, you ignorant. Something about the bootstraps. What's
I made
the
my
thing?
own way. I pulled myself up out the mud by my bootstraps.
Up by the bootstraps. Why
Boots
do Americans
don't even have
straps?
These? Americans have wild idioms,
Yo,
dog.
And I don't
like that shit don't make
them.
no sense.
Okay, come on, let's answer this question. It is 12:30.
Which of these sorts of cars would you
I got the same
most
one.
likely? Hey, I answer this joint for me. What do you think? Hatchback? You know what a hatchback is?
Yes, and they're not cute.
No, they're not. Even the Porsche joint, that Porsche, the big car, that joint looks terrible.
Single-seater sports.
Yeah, single-seater sports car, SUV, or people carrier. It's definitely going to be a single-seater sports car.
When I hear people carrier, I think minivan. That's not cute.
Nah, we ain't doing that.
I say it's, for me, by process of elimination, SUV versus single sports. But I think I like the SUV.
SUV. I can't see you in a single sports car.
Nah, like, no. It's cute, but not for me.
Ooh. Which of these things do you value most in a relationship? Interest, companionship, unpredictability? I thought it was unpredictability.
No, it's un.
Or respect. Which one do you think I value most in a relationship?
I have no idea. Okay, let's think about it. I don't think unpredictability is high on the list.
Used to be, but it's not anymore.
But also, like, out of the rest of them, I just don't see it being that high. And I also wouldn't say companionship only because, like, you like to be by yourself. I mean, I'm in between respect and interest. And by interest, it's just like, if between the two of them, if you didn't have them, like, which relationship would last longer? I mean, they will both fail without either one of them, but which will last longer? And I think it's interest. Like, if you're not interested in somebody, I just feel like you're going to be miserable. And, like, you can't become interested. You can't become re-interested in them, but you could teach someone to respect. You can teach someone how to communicate with you. But once the interest is gone, I don't really see you bouncing back.
I didn't think about me towards someone else. I thought about someone else toward me. And I don't necessarily need you to be like, if we're together, you have some level of interest in me. But if you don't respect me, it's going to get bad.
But what if I wasn't interested in you at all? Like, the reason why I say that is because even though you don't outwardly say you want words of affirmation, you are upset when you don't get them and when you don't feel appreciated. Yeah, and you don't.
I can see that.
So that's why I'm just like, if you didn't feel respected, I feel like that can change. But if you felt like somebody wasn't interested in what you're doing and what you're putting work into, like, I don't know that you'll be able to stay in that relationship.
Yeah, I don't understand. If the interest isn't there, why would we be together?
But that's what I'm saying. If you knew that there was no interest, you wouldn't stay. But if it was like disrespect, that's something that can change.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
No, you change.
I don't know.
Nah, I think you wanted something. I'm gonna do interest because
Okay.
I think that's spot on.
Okay. Oh God. Mine says, imagine you had to put some furniture together. How would you go about it? Get someone to do it and supervise them. I wouldn't. I'd be building my own, follow the instructions to the letter, or grab all the pieces and figure it out without instructions.
Well, you know my answer.
Fun fact about me, I love building furniture. I
we
love
actually
it
got an
so
episode
much.
of the vlog where you're putting together some furniture.
Yeah, the shelves that are downstairs. So I wouldn't, I mean, at this point in my life, I would get somebody else to do it only because like the furniture that I would get at this point would be big, but I want to do it.
Yeah.
But when I do it, I follow instructions. I will spend 2 hours on something that takes 10 minutes just to make sure that I have it perfect.
And that's on facts.
And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Relax.
How you on 19 and I'm on 16?
Because I'm a beast. Which of these would you say is your greatest fault? I'm inclined to daydream. I sometimes miss details. I can be too critical. I'm too ready to take orders.
No.
I hate people telling me what to do. Damn, my greatest fault is I'm gonna say I'm inclined to daydream. It will interrupt me. It stops me. You know when like Booby be like, "Daddy, can I have a bowl of cereal?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got you, boo." And then I get up and 20 minutes later, she's like, "Daddy, where's my cereal?" It's because my mind went 30 different places in that time, and it happens all the time, and it interrupts me from getting shit done.
I don't know. I feel like it's between the first one and the missed details, because you're not a detail. Like, I'm not gonna say you're not detail oriented, but it's just like small details that aren't that big of a deal don't matter to you, even if they matter to other people. And you struggle with that.
Mostly when I don't care about what I'm doing.
You think so?
Yeah. Small details really don't matter to me in general. Like detail-oriented people, like really meticulous people.
Like me. It's all right. Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
They annoy me so much. It's like, oh, all these small details matter. It's like, yeah, but to you, like, let's just get this shit done. Like, I don't always feel like every fine hair needs to be combed over. Sometimes that's just unnecessary, and it's fulfilling your own
lawyer. Creative. Look, the small details will cost you a client. So I've been trained to, like, that really does matter. Or if like I miss something, it bothers me. Like, because it's literally money lost. If I
and your
do
reputation.
That. Yeah. Oh yeah. The last thing you want is a lawyer that misses details.
The thing is, the only place where I don't miss details is in a therapy session. Like if I'm sitting in front of somebody, I don't miss anything. It's the only time I don't daydream. I'm locked in. That's my only universe where I'm completely focused, like laser focused.
Yeah, you definitely. Yeah, I would say daydream. Mine says, which of these things would make you happiest? A happy, exciting life, a life in which others look up to me, a life in which this was the same one. I think we agree on that answer.
Oh, my phone dirty. This joint ain't pressing buttons,
in
man.
which
Good?
I plowed my own.
Look at this shit. This joint ain't.
Maybe, yeah, because you're supposed to hit next.
Nah, I don't want that answer. Oh, I do want that answer, my bad.
A life in which I plowed my own furrow. I'm gonna try not to say stupid.
Man, I hope this joint ain't confusing with the questions. They gave us these questions in different orders, but I just got the football question. I'm definitely a wide receiver all the way. All the flash, all the catch the ball and do the little dance in the end zone. I can't even Millie rock like I want to. It's too late.
Which of these things do you value most in a relationship? Unpredictability, respect, companionship, and interest.
Companionship. For you, I would say companionship.
Why not respect?
I feel like you wouldn't be in a relationship with someone who didn't respect you.
Right.
It just wouldn't happen.
You're right.
It wouldn't
companionship. Because if I'm going to be with somebody, I want you to be my companion. If you're not going to be my companion, why are we together?
Yeah, you look for friendship in your relationship.
I do. That's important to me because I feel like that's longer lasting than love and lust and like, you know what I mean?
No, I agree, but I don't think I've ever really looked for friendship in my relationships before you.
I don't know that, like, I think that like our relationship and the way that it developed lended itself to that naturally.
What you mean?
Because like there wasn't the pressure to be in a relationship when we met.
No, it was quite the opposite.
Yeah, and
we walked into it saying that's not what we wanted.
And I think we're together because we have that friendship. if we didn't have the friendship, like really, what would tie us? Neither one of us are like, well, we got a baby together, so we got to be together.
That's true.
It's because I actually like you, and you're like, I actually like you.
Nah, I guess that's true. What we don't have a lot of, well, no, we do have a lot of common interests, but our common interests aren't enough to keep us together because our differences are a little bit too big.
Our biggest common interest in the beginning was like music. Like, you know what I mean? In food. Like, that's not, you're not gonna marry somebody because y'all connect on music and food alone.
You not gonna marry somebody because y'all connect on music and food alone.
I'm talking about me.
Do that thing.
I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about me. I don't know what people do.
You right. When you're given a briefing paper, what do you do with it? Send it back? I issue briefing papers. I don't read them. You rewrite it and send it back. Read it carefully and act on it. Skim it for the salient points. Ding. Bro, don't send me no long anything. I'm not reading that.
That goes back to the whole, you want me to do your job for you.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to skim it.
Bullet points. When I send people emails, I say greetings. This is the main topic of what I'm talking about. Point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4. Best wishes, Kier Gaines. Send it off. Be concise, man. Don't nobody got time to read no soliloquy. Remember when we were talking about the air fryer? We always trying to figure out like how long we supposed to cook stuff in the air fryer. Yeah. And the most annoying thing, I want you to Google air fryer recipe. Like
every air fryer is different too, so that's why.
Of course, just Google like how to cook steak in the air fryer. It'll be like this this beautiful picture, and it'll be like one way to cook steak in the air fryer, and they'll give you all the ingredients, and then it's like this long paragraph of this writer trying to be a food critic. Yo. My husband and I love picking strawberry. Like like I don't care. Just tell me how long I'm supposed to cook this joint. I don't care about your writing skills.
There are definitely stories in the recipes on my website, but they're short. I just feel like you can't just put it. I guess you can. And the thing is, I complain about it too. So never mind.
Man, my own wife just caught us straight. Y'all live on camera.
Next question. Oh, we got the same one.
If you can't find a solution to a problem, would it most likely be because you haven't shown enough imagination? Somebody else must have let you down. You haven't looked at it from enough angles. You haven't worked on it long enough. If I can't find a solution, it's because I didn't look at it from enough angles. There's a solution to everything. It may not be the one that you would like ideally, but there's a solution to everything. And I'll get so caught up on the fact that solution ain't the one I want that it'll stop me from looking at it at all angles. I want to do it the way I want to do it.
I'm between that one and you haven't shown enough imagination. And that's mostly from process of elimination. Someone else might have let you down. I hate people that blame other people.
Yeah, that's on you, Holmes. Yeah. That's on you.
You haven't worked on it long enough. Working on it longer doesn't mean, like, I don't take long to do it. If it's taking a certain amount of time, I'm done. I'm not doing it.
That's like the whole working harder will lead to something. Like, no. Working harder is
work smarter.
Usually never the answer. Yeah.
The thing about you haven't looked at it from enough angles, my only hesitation with that is, and maybe this like lawyer me, but it's just like, I'm sure I did. Knowing me, I looked at it from every angle, and I think it's the imagination that now I have to bend things to figure it out.
To make it work.
Yeah. So I would say the imagination one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see that being. I'm on my last one. So
why don't you do your last one and I'll do the rest of mine.
All right. So if a colleague is upset, how would you deal with it? Oh, this is the one you had earlier. Offer them a shoulder to cry on, tell them to pull themselves together, think of something to take their mind off of it, or offer and try to find a solution. We're talking about a colleague, yeah.
Oh, a colleague, not a friend.
Not a friend.
Mindset. Oh, that was your last one?
That was my last one.
Okay, so you're on the street and you see somebody in distress. How are you going to help? Go and fetch them a cup of coffee? No. I also would not take charge of the whole situation. I would probably call process of elimination. I won't get involved at all. I would just call somebody to help. Oh, no. Because I know, like, I hate the savior complex people, but it's like you don't know what you're doing. If someone was in distress, like, I know that I'm not equipped.
That don't stop people from trying to help, not knowing what they're doing.
I'm the first person to let you know when I can't do something. I am not equipped, but I will find somebody who is. And then, I'm out. All right, so we took the test and we realized it was a work-based test.
Boom, boom, boom.
But it said that we were both green. It literally said the same exact thing. We are the same exact person.
I was going to do a drum roll. Like, guess what color we are?
But I was going to say, but we found the real test that my cousin took. And we got our results. Drum roll, please. The results are the same. So why don't you talk about your percentages?
All right, bet. So it broke me up. So we're both green, and
primary.
Primary is
you
green.
Just talk about yourself.
It gives you a primary, a secondary, a tertiary, and all of that. So my primary is green, and it's 31%. My secondary is gold, and it's 28%.
I did not see that coming.
The gold? Yeah, I thought it'd be gold. I thought 31 and 28 is crazy because I thought it'd be.
Gold was analytical. Yeah.
Nah, green is analytical.
Oh,
green
okay.
characteristics
What
are
was
analytical. Gold is like charismatic and blah, 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 blah. Like what people will probably think, like what everybody who watching this will probably think my primary personality type is. But yeah, my green characteristics are larger. After that, so I go green 31, gold 28, orange 24, and blue 10%. I knew that was gonna be it.
So mine are green 55, blue and orange are tied at 17, and gold is 3%. I know I'm not charming.
You are charming, baby, but I think that's mostly because you have an adorable voice and a really cute face.
No one takes me seriously.
Mine's a little bit more even across the board, and then when you get the blue, it's a low drop. So it says, others often describe me as extremely intelligent. Facts. You have an innate desire to do the things to your best ability. Okay. And you take pride in your work. Definitely. You set the standard for everyone else at work. Well, I'm the only guy that works here.
Mine says the same exact thing, by the way. So he's reading it for the both of us.
It applies for both of us. To you, work is truly enjoyable even on the weekends. False. You can stand the thought of wasting a day. You can't stand the thought by wasting a day by doing nothing, and always try to fit as much as you can into each day.
Orange is short-term driven, welcomes change and variety, adventurous, competitive, impulsive.
I'm not that competitive.
And I think you want to be impulsive, but you're not.
Too logical.
Yeah.
I'm too logical to be
and
impulsive.
Blue's your last.
Yeah.
Emotionally driven, seeks harmony in groups. So let me go back to mine.
Yeah. What's your joint? What's your split again?
That's what
I remember gold. I remember gold was your smallest.
Yeah. Gold was my smallest, which is funny because I thought that would be my biggest because it's organized and appreciative. And remember I said there's law school me and there's real life me. Like I think in law school you have to be super like and I don't want to say that I'm unorganized, but like you just got to live life a certain way, and it never brought me joy.
Who does law school really bring joy to?
Those people who want to be president, like those people that's like, I want to be top of the class.
You right, because I've been reading Barack Obama's book, and he's a blue. Like just hearing him speak his own thoughts makes me feel stupid.
You mean a gold?
Which one?
We were just talking about golds.
Yes, a gold. I meant a gold. A gold. Sorry, Uncle Barry.
But I am. It was tied for blue and orange, and I see that. I see the at least the creative, the sympathetic, the maybe not impulsive, but definitely competitive. But yeah, like the loyalty driven, respects rules, and I don't.
No, you. I think that's one of the things that attracted you to law. It's not that you don't respect rules, but you are very good at finding a clever way around the rules.
And I think we have to be realistic. And I know I talk about that all the time, but the whole like immigrant parent mindset. Like I went to law school because I thought I had to. If I didn't have any pressure to go to higher education, I don't know that I would be in law. I feel like I would be like my ideal job was business, like doing something like marketing, like kind of like the social media people that hire you. I would love to do that, you know. And I just at the time in 2011, we didn't know that social media will pop off
Who
the way
known?
that it is.
Yeah, you can get
and
filthy rich off socials.
I was so jealous of my friends who like went to work for like Ogilvy and like, you know what I mean? Like,
what's
all
that?
Of these. It's like, I think it's a big marketing firm.
Okay.
I could be messing that up, but I think I'm referring to the right company. But like my friends who went into marketing, granted, none of them are in there still. So I know it's like a really hard market to stay in for a long time, but I was always interested in that kind of like job, or like to do A&R for a record label, like something like that. I would love to do that, but you couldn't convince my Haitian parents that it was going to be lucrative. I mean, they probably would have been right. I don't know too many people. It's not like an abundance of people that are doing A&R work right now.
I mean, those jobs are good, like foundational jobs, and then you take that experience and you do something else with it. You know, you don't stay in A&R for 40 years.
Yeah, but ideally. I'm seeing the same trend in law. Like I love, you know, working in the law field, but my ultimate goal is to kind of take what I'm learning right now in my career and do something else with it, whatever that something else may be. Even maybe working in the law field, but doing something that's more like people focused as opposed to client focused, like the actual worker focused, making sure the workers are okay, like wellness, leadership, those kinds of things within the legal realm. Yeah,
I think that it's one of those colors that speaks to that, just the whole like humanitarian, caring about other
that's
people,
the blue.
Empath.
That's the blue.
Oh wow. And blue was my lowest. That's so weird. I thought that would be like higher than that.
I think that's what you value.
See, and I always talk about your ideal self versus your actual self. And my actual self is different than my ideal self.
Yeah.
And remember a while ago we were talking about how your identity changes over time. And sometimes you get so hung up on the identity you've worked so hard to build that it's tough to let go of the idea that you're not that person anymore.
And I think that's the growth. I think that like our parents, our careers, like the people in our life push us to be a certain kind of person. And we see that with kids in school now, to strive to do certain things, strive for college, strive for this, strive for money, strive to live a certain way. And I feel like the older you get, the less people you have to answer to. So you're able to kind of like hone in on who you really are. And I think that's what's happening. Like I'm seeing that the colors that I thought I was were based on my value system and what I thought was important. But when answering the questions and really thinking about like, how does Noemie actually feel about that? Completely different. I'm like, I think it's cool.
We would love to be like a composite of what we value and what we find to just be dope. But that's not who you are on the inside sometimes. And that's a hard reality to hit at 100,000 miles per hour. Like, you mean to tell me I thought I was this one thing and I'm actually not? So yeah, this is a dope test to take, and we're going to do a couple more of these. We're going to put the link for both of the tests that we took in the bottom. What am I talking about?
In the description box below.
In the description box below, so that you can take the test, you and your friends and your family. And this is of course backed by science, but this isn't the end all be all to who you are. This is just a really good tool to utilize to get a better idea of where you fit versus where you believe you fit, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Sorry, the microphones were shaking and I didn't know why, and I realized it was you.
Microphones are shaking because I'm doing too much because it's 1 a.m. and it's
okay, we gotta go.
Yeah, it's time for us
guys.
to go.
Love y'all.
But I'm curious to know what you got, what colors you got, or what you thought about the test.
Take the second test. Take the second test. It's a little bit quicker.
It's quicker. It's not as like comprehensive with the questions, but you'll get the same answers if you answer it truthfully. Take the second test, because the second test will give you percentages.
Of all of the 4 colors.
And I want to know what you thought you were versus what you were in the comments.
I know it's not just us who came in thinking one thing and we're surprised.
Why are you dancing?
Because I'm about to go to sleep.
All right, y'all. Make sure you hit the notification button so that you can know of all of our posts as soon as they post. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because that is very important to us. We will see y'all next time. You want to snap that thing?